Okay, so everyone who watched E3 saw the gameplay for the new God of War. And, I mean, obviously, the gameplay is going to be a lot better, so are the graphics. I was really impressed with the graphics that I saw just from the gameplay alone. One of my concerns, though, is that Kratos now has a son. And if anyone played 1, 2, or 3, obviously, you know, Kratos is a very violent person. You know, I mean, look at all the gods he killed. He went after, you know, Titans, Olympians. He didn't care. So, like I said, one of my concerns is how are they going to portray a parenting side of Kratos? I mean, in the gameplay we saw, in one part, you very clearly see him reaching to comfort his son, but he thinks better of it. So, I mean, are they trying to portray that he's attempting to be a father? Or are they just showing that he's not sure what to do?
Okay, here's my take on it. One, in all of the original God of War games, the reason why he was just so mad drunk with killing and raging was because he lost his family. That was his whole reason for going after the gods in the first place. So what they're doing with this one is they're giving him emotional connection. They're probably going to go down the same road. At some point in this game or the next one, his son will die, which will set him off on his ideal revenge, which we all love and enjoy seeing throughout the games. But, one, this is a Viking culture where you had to train your son to be a warrior from the time he was like 3 to 4. You loved him, you cared for him, but you couldn't cuddle him, you know what I mean? In the harsh winter of Norway or any other place the Vikings were from, you had to raise your young boys to be men and to be tough. Let alone that they were probably going to see war by the time that they were 12. So they're going down, one, that historical route of it, and 2, they're giving him that emotional connection that he'll probably end up losing, maybe not, but it's likely that he will. That'll send him off on his rage. Now, a cool thing I think that could happen out of it is actually Kratos might. This is ballsy, and a lot of people might not like it, but Kratos dies, and it's his son that goes off for revenge. I think that would be a cool little twist.
And that's actually a theory that's going around, is that it's his son, because if you pay attention to the gameplay, at one point in time, when he's shooting the deer moose, I couldn't quite tell what it was. When he's shooting it, you see him gain an archery skill. So a lot of people are thinking that Kratos is going to be the one to die, and that you're going to eventually play as his son.
Yeah, I could very easily see that happening, and that was the route with me. I only saw bits and pieces of it. One, that wasn't my topic, and I had a lot of other stuff to digest, but I definitely tried to check out as much of it as I could. But once I heard that he was having a son, and then the way people were describing it, I very easily saw it. Okay, I can see them trying to pull one on the fans, give him an emotional connection, but also taking it in new ground, with it being his son. And now, not this time is it the father losing the family, but it's the son losing his father figure in his family.
I'm just wondering if, sorry if I interrupted anybody, but I was just wondering if they're going to not maybe do kind of like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood where father, i.e. Kratos, is, you know, being hunted down by son, you play as son, and you have to go pick a fight with father, just saying.
Very true, or you could be looking for your father. Something happens, you think he might be dead, or he's alive, and you have to go get him. Or vice versa, or you could actually play as both of them doing the exact same.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, is the one that Justin brought up, or Vodka Knockers brought up, was that what the power, like, because I've never played the God of War series, but I was like, you know, what's the probability that the son would actually betray the father and end up, you know, killing his own dad?
Right. In the original ones, he is tricked. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I played the original ones. He has God's blood in him. So somewhere down the line, one of his fathers was a god, and I think it might actually be Zeus. Which he ends up killing all the gods, so that would make it likely that he killed his own father. But the gods trick him, and he ends up killing his own kids, his own wife. So I can see them going down that route easily.
Yeah. There's a lot of interest. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. I was just saying, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility, especially with the, you know, with the way that, you know, if you look at mythology and you see son killing father, father killing son, and, you know, so on and so forth, brother killing brother, something like that to actually come through and be a thing, I mean, would not surprise me any. I'm just wondering, are we going to have our old feel of, button mash this, button mash that, rage at this because this part is fucking ridiculous because I didn't get this thing? Yeah, so.
See, they might have a little bit of button mash just because it's tradition in God of War, but I'm pretty sure they've steadily over time started to move away from that a bit. And I bet in this one there barely will be any of it, maybe a little bit from time to time, but that'll. Which I don't mind button mashing if it's held to a minimum, not every 5 fucking minutes like games did for that 4-year span during the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 in the early days.
You didn't like fucking almost breaking your goddamn controller because you had to sit there and hit B 39 fucking times to open one damn door?
Okay, it was fun in the original Mortal Kombat when it happened once in a blue moon, not every fucking 5 fucking minutes.
Turbo controller, all I'm saying. Mic drop.
Mic drop indeed.
And in regards to the button mashing, I agree with Remo. The third one, the first and second one, yeah, there was quite a bit of button mashing playing God of War. But the third one, you had more combined combos that, it was a set thing. You weren't just button mashing. You could actually learn them. And like you said, Vodka, a lot of just raging here or there because the part was extremely hard. But I think that Remo's right, that in this one, there's not going to be very much of either of it because so many people were so angry about the button mashing and the random raging and all that. And I think they really put their hearts and souls into this one. And I know when I was doing a lot of my research for what the fans of the series wanted to see, they want to know who his son's mother is and what happened to her. Now, as Remo said, in Viking culture, it was very, very brutal. And a lot of the times women ended up as shield maidens. So a lot of people wanted to know, did she die in a battle? Did she die of starvation? Did she just run off? Where is she?
I mean, she could have been just a random hoe that he found while pillaging and fucked. I mean, Vikings did that a lot. So, who knows? I mean, we'll end up finding out. And with the game being hard, I don't mind that. A lot of people like Dark Souls just for the reason that it's Nintendo hard. So I don't mind if they make it hard as long as it's just fair. But the harder the better to me. But I know a lot of people don't agree with that sentiment, but I love the challenge.
Well, I think we're good with just one Dark Souls at a time. I don't think we need this to be that. But I think if it tied in a lot of the elements of the difficulty, I think that would be really cool. Just not the entire difficulty of Dark Souls. I don't want that.
What? You don't want to try to beat 3 Dark Souls with one controller like somebody did with Mega Man in 45 minutes?
I mean, I get pissed off enough at Borderlands, so... and that's like the easiest game ever. But, I mean... I don't know. There's a lot of Dark Souls elements. Like, I think that if they were to take in... So, like, one of the things, like, I have the first Dark Souls. I haven't played any of them since then. But, like, how you can progress through the game, but if you don't save and you die, you go back to your original save point. You could be far into the game and never have saved and lose all of that progress. So, I think that, like, now with games like, I play a lot of Borderlands, but also, even with games like as simplistic as Minecraft, if you consider that simple, you go back to your last respawn point or whenever you last saved. And I think that has put the gamers themselves like heavily reliant on, progressional respawn. So like wherever your next checkpoint is, you spawn there, you pick up your game where you left off. And I like that Dark Souls doesn't do that unless you intentionally say, I'm going to save my game right here.
Tooey, damn youngsters
and
their autosaves.
And so, Sorry.
I said damn youngsters and their autosaves.
I know. Stupid crap. But no, I do like that kind of aspect, and that's what I really liked about the Nintendo games too, and that's why I like, that's one of the elements I really like about Dark Souls, because you do have to pay a lot more attention, and the game's just not going to like give you these handouts. So if God of War were to do the same thing, like, have they done it in the past that way too?
No, they had autosaves, I thought.
No, they had save points, and if you did not get to a save point before you died, you went back to your last save point. And I believe that they'll do it that way again. At least I'm pretty sure. I don't remember save points, and I've played God of War a lot.
Yeah.
But if they do it that way again, I think Michelle's right. Or Carmageddon, sorry. I think that would be the best way to do it, because like Remo said, dang youngsters and their damn autosaves.
Nobody today has to deal with their brothers deleting their save file of Legendary Dragoon at the end boss. God damn it! Okay, I'm sorry. I digress.
But yeah, I mean, other than Dark Souls, I think the only other game that does it, or that I've played, has been BioShock Infinite, and that's only if you play it in 1999 mode. And you have to complete the game with autosaves before you can even unlock that one, or you can pay to unlock it or something like that. But I think that's been the last one other than Dark Souls that I've played. So I really do like that they bring that back for some of these newer ones. I know that's probably pretty insignificant, but it's okay.
Nah, it's the little touches that matter.
We're
it's
lagging.
like when my uncle used to touch me. I'm sorry, never mind.
Oh,
Continue.
you better cut the fuck out.
I kid, I joke. Was that all for this topic?
Just one last thing real quick. If you know what I'm saying, are the mini games gonna be in this one?
You mean the fucking? Just to say the fucking.
No, I like to be coy and be like the mini games. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it, so.
Hashtag father-son tag team. That's all I'm saying.
Choo-choo
Holy
family train.
Mother of God.
Come on, Vikings are known for. Come on, Vikings are known for pillaging or raping, so there'll probably be a few bits of it.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
Okay, so moving on before we have orgy jokes like masturbation jokes.
Hey, that was pretty funny last time.
It was.
Why don't you come over and orgy me?
Although I did tell
Enjoy my
Brandon.
time.
Creepy. I did tell Brandon, though, that instead of tenderizing the roast beef, I should have said rubbing the roast beef. And I told him that I was going to try that one out on Zach, but I haven't yet, so.
Dodge the beast.
Just like randomly say, okay, well, you're not answering me, so I'm going to go roast beef. And then just gauge the reaction and like write it down like a scientific fucking method, some shit like that.
Never gauge it.
I want to see that when you do it.
Ew,
Okay.
You want to see it?
Not that way. I want to see the reaction.